let's talk about the trip. Day one. We were going to meet in the upstate of South Carolina at a coffee shop / brewery that ended up being closed on the day we were meeting up. Mm-hmm. So we went to plan B, which was...
meeting at Whitewater Falls, which is a beautiful and very large waterfall in just north of the South Carolina border in North Carolina.
Today's day one of the 3-day ride, and maybe 4-day, depending on if the weather holds out. I'm headed out to meet my buddy Kris. We're going to meet at Whitewater Falls, which is in southern North Carolina in the mountains. Currently, I am riding down Needmore Road, which heads into Franklin, North Carolina from the north. All right, I just got to stop.
Here.
Yes, we are. First day of riding.
So for those of you who don't know, we are on the Brews and Views 2022 tour, also known as the Hurricane Avoidance Tour. This is the second time we've rendezvoused for a trip.
Yeah.
Had to deal with hurricanes coming in.
And unnaturally cold weather.
Yeah. Yeah, it's supposed to be down in the 30s tonight.
Yeah.
Why us?
Right. So we talked about postponing, and we're both are kind of like busy. It's like, well, if we don't do it now, we can't do it until December. So we're just gonna wing it and see how it goes.
Yeah.
Our first stop is here at Whitewater Falls, which is a half-mile walk down a manicured paved trail, and it should be one of our best views of the day.
Yeah. Looking forward to it. And thank you, Hans, for starting me off with a brew.
Absolutely, I brewed it this morning.
Yeah. So we met there, and what did we do from there?
We made our way from Whitewater Falls, hitting some scenic overlooks to Hot Springs, North Carolina, via very scenic, twisty roads.
Yep.
Over mountains, around mountains, through forests.
Yep. I really liked that section of the Blue Ridge. Blue Ridge is always just a nice cruiser, you know. Yeah, and we also that day hit a place that I've never heard of, or a section of road that I've never heard of, the Rattler.
Oh, yeah. Okay. The Rattler is Highway 209, and I forget where it starts at, but we'll just say it starts south of Hot Springs, North Carolina, and it takes you into Hot Springs. And it is just it's a famous motorcycle road. It's almost 30 miles long. It's over 20. It's between 20 and 30 miles long, and it's just nice, windy road. You can really get some speed on it and cruise, and there's not really any sharp, what I consider sharp hairpin corners.
Yeah.
So you can just go a nice comfortable pace.
Thank you for putting this route together.
Sure. Hopefully it's better than the last year when I put that route together with all the breweries that were closed.
Switching subjects temporarily. I gotta say, I love the torque on this thing.
Good.
It's a blast. I mean, everybody's always chasing horsepower numbers, but there's something to be said for having gobs of torque, too.
Oh, dude, it's both. It's a combination. You're right. Absolutely right.
Another good road pick, Hans.
Thank you. You are welcome. I forget the name of this road, but it is something Parkway.
That's nice.
Yay! Wrong side of the road, but nice.
guys smoking weed in front of us.
Yeah.
I had a guy from Washington State going across the Dragon doing the same thing. And he was driving fine, just slow as can be, and just didn't use any pull off. Just absolutely pissed me off.
There went the blunt.
Yeah. So he's littering too.
Mm-hmm.
We are turning onto the Blue Ridge
The Blue Ridge what?
Parkway.
There you go.
I guess we've been in the Blue Ridge for a while.
Yeah.
What kind of car is that up there?
Is it a Corvette? No. Convertible.
It's like a Ferrari.
Yeah, it might be.
You're sandwiched between Italian machines, Hans.
Yeah. I can tell by how slow I'm going. All right, we're going to turn left.
Okay.
Well, we're going to pull off left. You know, it's safe, just do it.
I think you should just send it, Hans. Pretty gorgeous view here, huh?
passing zone.
Chris, welcome to the Rattler. 24 miles of nice twisty road. This is a road that will really make you appreciate that torque. All kinds of shit on the road here.
That's okay.
Why is it called the Rattler?
I don't.
I was riding the back of the Dragon, and like the last 5 miles, I got stuck behind 2 Harleys, and I was in second gear, and I had this awesome ride, so I was on the ride high, and now I'm like, what the hell is wrong with you? Is your bike broken? What's going on? And I couldn't legally pass them anywhere, so I didn't pass, and we ended up going to the same place, that bar that I told you about that's in town.
Yep.
Dude, it was a husband and wife. He had to be almost 80. She had to be 70 something. And any of my frustration just totally melted away. I was just like,
Good for you guys. Yeah.
yeah, good for you guys. Hey, pretty cool. We've almost made it through a day, and you haven't had a flat tire.
Don't say anything. They'll probably be waiting for us in the morning or something.
Yeah.
And then the Mondays hit us again, and it turns out the Mondays is when small businesses take their day off. There was a brewery in Hot Springs that we were supposed to hit, and we found it closed too, but then we ended up having burgers at a place called the Iron Horse Station in Hot Springs, North Carolina, which I was very happy with the service. I was happy with the food.
Yeah.
Prices were okay.
Decent, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so it was very nice.
And they had Wi-Fi.
And they have Wi-Fi. Yeah. Well, the town has Wi-Fi, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was cool.
Yeah.
And we were supposed to camp there in Hot Springs, North Carolina. However, the campground had a 2-day minimum, and I just couldn't pay $90 for one night of camping because if we stayed there, we had to pay for 2 no matter what, and we weren't going to be back. Plan A was the campground. Plan B was Laurel Hostel, and then Plan C was to ride another 20-30 minutes down the road and hit some hotels or another campground. But we pulled up, and the owner walked out because he lives next to the hostel building, and says, "Can I help you?" And we were just like, "Hey, we're riding through. We saw the hostel, and wanted to know if we could stay." And he's like, "Yeah, sure, $20 each." And then he apologized because it was the off season, so he doesn't have any food or anything. But we already brought our stuff,
Yeah.
so we just needed a place to crash.
Yeah, this is why we call it adventure riding, right? Because we ended up here in this place.
This cold place.
This is a cabin somebody has set up. They call it a hostel.
Yeah.
Somebody has set up for hikers on the Appalachian Trail. And so we have 6 bunks in here. And I'm sure they allow people to pitch tents and whatever too. But the key thing about this place for a hiker would be the shower that is in the next room.
Yeah, I need coffee. Neither of us slept well last night. The cold. I think it was the cold that kept me up.
It's
I don't
still,
know.
even though it's in the 30s, it's still in the 30s inside here too.
Yeah, and you can see I can see my breath in the cabin.
Yeah. I'll give you guys the tour.
Coffee soon.
Let me peek in the bathroom.
Perking. It's perking.
This is our digs. And the next morning, we left and went toward the back of the Dragon. Bottom line is we rode the back of the Dragon. It kind of dumps you out right next to Tazewell.
He does.
And we found a
cool dude, just as I guess he likes beer, and he sets up he put a food truck out back and turned a garage into a brewery / tap room. And it's super cool. They sell beer by the ounce.
They had really good live music too.
The band, yeah, that was on a Monday.
Yeah.
I mean, that was just pure luck.
Yeah. And the patrons there were friendly too. I mean, everybody was friendly.
A little brisk, but beautiful.
Yeah. Can't go wrong with rolling hills.
So you've been up here before, or how did you know about this area? Yes, I've been up here before, and I've gone to a rally up here called Not a Rally a couple different years, and it used to be held over here in this area, actually Del Rio, Tennessee. But I'm always scouring the motorcycle maps of the Smoky Mountains and the Appalachians, and the back of the Dragon is almost as famous as the tail of the Dragon, and that's kind of how I know about it. Just looking around, reading stuff.
Yeah, well, thanks again for putting it together.
Yeah, that's the cool thing about being out here. It's really hard to put together a bad ride as long as you skip the interstates. All of these roads are wonderful for riding, and even if you've already ridden them, you can still knit them together in different ways. And every time you make a route, it's actually 2 routes, because the ride is completely different riding it in the opposite direction.
Yep. That's cool.
Yeah, it is.
Hey, we'll have to look at the weather and see what the next hurricane is so we can plan our next trip.
Yeah. Wouldn't be a trip without a hurricane. It's still not a trip. We haven't had a flat tire yet.
You said it today, not me.
You said it yesterday, so hey.
Yeah. That wall is pretty.
Yeah, it's cool. Downhill definitely adds a different momentum challenge, doesn't it?
It does.
So from there, we got back on our bikes, looked for a hotel, and we ended up at the Tazewell Motel, I think, right?
Yeah, the Tazewell Motel, and just ran by. It looked like a husband and wife team.
Yeah.
And it was a nice little hotel, and $68 with tax for the night. The rooms were clean. The rooms smelled great.
Best place we stayed on the whole trip.
Yes.
Yeah. I would stay there again, actually.
Yeah, totally.
And then we went back through town so I could get a nice video of Main Street.
Mm-hmm.
But then we rode the back of the Dragon again, back the other direction, and rode it back to the scenic overlook that we had just blown by on the day prior.
Yeah. We blew by it because the sun would have been in our eyes.
Yep.
So in the morning, the sun was behind us, so we got to look out over the valley.
Yep. Really nice view.
Mm-hmm.
Perched right up on top of that southern ridge line there.
Hungry Mother State Park?
Yeah, right next to it, I think.
Okay.
Maybe it's the top northern edge of that state park.
Okay.
Yeah, the Tazewell Motel.
Yeah,
We'll call it a win.
definitely.
What are we doing today?
We are riding south out of Tazewell, Virginia, on Highway 16, called the Back of the Dragon. We rode it yesterday, and today we're going to go back up and check out a scenic overlook that we skipped over. And then we're going to ride towards St. Paul, Virginia, and head on over to Sevierville, Tennessee, which is just north of Pigeon Forge.
Cool. Sounds like a good day. It's a little brisk. What does yours say? Mine says 51 degrees.
So does mine.
If I had heated grips, it would be perfect for me.
Yeah, I got summer weight gloves on, and I don't have my heated grips turned on today. That's why I haven't teased you about that.
Yeah.
But give me time.
We took in the view, and then we went back again north on the back of the Dragon for a little bit until we could catch
5 miles.
Yeah, until we could catch our turn that we wanted to continue on the route.
I think that was Highway or State Road 42.
That sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah, we went
towards
down.
Saltville.
Yeah, we rode it into Saltville, and that's where we decided to even make our day more behind schedule, if there was a schedule, by stopping at a cafe.
The owner, I'm assuming she was the owner of the cafe, super friendly.
Yeah.
Even gave you a sticker.
Yeah, she ran out to the bike to give me a sticker, so that was cool.
Yep.
That was really nice. So after that, we headed out to, was that when we went to Lebanon, Virginia? Or
yes, from there we went to Lebanon and found a coffee shop, the Weeping Willow.
Yeah, the Weeping Willow Cafe and Tap House.
Yeah.
Well, the first place that we were supposed to meet at in South Carolina on day one was a cafe and brewery. So cafe and tap house too. So is this a new thing that's happening?
I don't know, but it fit with our Brews and Views tour
totally.
we're doing.
Yeah. So going back to the Weeping Willow, that was it's a nice old house that they converted into a cafe and tap house, and that was in Lebanon, Virginia.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you had a double espresso that you said was phenomenal.
Yeah, it was really good.
My coffee was excellent too. I wish I would have gotten the espresso, though. I didn't need that much liquid in me. But really good. And we sat on the porch. Even though the inside is really nicely done, it was nice to sit outside on the porch. That town itself of Lebanon is nestled right in the mountains. It's just a beautiful setting.
What road is this? 80?
Yes, 80.
This is awesome.
You're welcome.
Okay.
We're headed towards St. Paul, Virginia.
And this had to have been blacktopped this year, you know?
I think so.
This is gorgeous.
Yes, I am.
But I was only looking at your backside, Hans.
So we went from fresh blacktop to fresh paint to old paint to now no paint in the middle.
Yep. Did you see that Air Force sign back there, Hans?
Yes.
It said your future starts here.
Yes. Who would have thought to put a sign there?
Weeping Willow Cafe and Tap House.
Yeah, I think I'm in the mood for a coffee. No beers right now. That would put me to sleep.
I'm with you. But I could use a little shot of caffeine here.
Yeah, let's check this place out.
Especially after that lunch we had at the other cafe.
Yeah, those nachos were good, and it was almost too much. Almost past that line where it made riding bad.
Yep.
But I was still okay.
That's where our day started to turn a little bit.
It did turn a little bit. I have to reference a map, but I think we were riding through the Jefferson Forest. And everything was really nice. The roads were really nice and windy and twisty, and then we hit gravel. And typically that wouldn't be a problem for us, but you have a brand new bike, and you don't have your crash bars on it yet.
You have street tires, no crash bars. Those are the two main issues.
Yeah, so no big deal. We have Garmin, so we zoomed out on the map, we detoured, and 6 miles later, we're back where we're supposed to be, and it's gravel again.
Yeah.
And actually, even before that, I'm like, okay, hey man, this road looks really manicured. Do you want to try it? It's only 3 miles. So Kris is just like, okay, we'll try it. Thank you. That was nice. And we get to the junction, and I'm like, I'm so sorry, man. I apologize so many times.
Because we hit more gravel.
We hit more gravel, and then I'm like, okay, Kris, do we want to go back 3.5 miles, or do we want to continue 5 more miles of gravel in this direction to get us back to where I know pavement will be? And we knew pavement was going to be there because it was a town.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, pavement's going to be here. The road looks okay. And the road was okay. The road was really nice.
It got a little worse because of the steepness, but it was doable. I'm just paranoid because I have this horizontal twin, V-twin, with my cylinder head sticking out the side, and if I drop my bike, it's going to land on a cylinder head, so that could really screw us up. So that was my big fear. It just takes one little misstep, and all of a sudden you drop your bike by accident, but we made it.
Yep.
Got some good drone footage on the way down the hill.
And then after that, we slabbed it. So that's when we were like, okay, it's getting late in the day. Let's try to make it to the campground.
Yeah.
And then about 40 minutes from the campground is when we decided it's time. We'll just go ahead and crash here. And the price is right.
Alright, so we're on Highway 706, and we are kind of northwest of St. Paul, Virginia. Kris, what's the best part of your day so far?
Riding, I would say back of the Dragon, but all the roads have been phenomenal. And I really like that coffee shop we stopped at, the Weeping Willow.
Yeah, that coffee shop was really good. It was a pleasant surprise for them to have a good espresso blend.
Gotta say, the temperature feels like it's really cooling off again. 52 right now, it says.
All right, just for reference, we're now on Highway 822.
Gravel.
Whoops. All right, so we'll do a UE to avoid the gravel?
Yep.
Okay.
And I'll follow you.
All right.
So we just hit some gravel. My bike's not set up for gravel yet. I don't have any kind of off-road oriented tires at all. Don't have my crash bars yet. So we are going around.
Yeah, so there's a body of water over here. It's either a reservoir or a small lake. And one road that we were going to take looks like to be a forest road, 882, and it's gravel. So we just turned around, and we're going back to this main road here, and we're going to go around the other side of the lake. And this should be all paved. So for reference, apparently this is Robinson Knob Road.
Okay. Gravel.
Yep.
Looks like a bigger turnaround up ahead here.
All right. That's it. Can we just try it? Go slow?
Yeah.
Thank you. I mean, it looks extremely well manicured. Hey, go ahead and go in front, please. It should be only 3.5 miles.
Okay. Sorry, I know this is painful.
This is less painful than trying to make a 50-mile detour or whatever.
Yep, car.
Okay. I like that Guzzi's Moto adventure bike comes with street tires.
Yeah, that's stupid.
But your KTM also came with street tires, didn't it?
Basically, yeah. Slightly more aggressive than this, if I remember, but not significantly.
Yeah.
It's gravel, dude.
I know.
Today we're both heading back to our respective homes. I'm going to try to beat the hurricane weather, and you're going to go home and catch up on whatever you got to catch up on.
Yeah, I'm gonna go home back to the family, and then take care of chickens, and I got 2 dogs. They are, I'm sure, have been depressed since I've been gone, and they're not gonna leave my side for the next 3 days.
Yeah. Thank you for setting this route up, Hans.
Yeah, man.
Much appreciated. It was a good time. Always good to ride with you.
Yeah, ditto. We'll have to head south one time when it's warmer.
Yeah. Again, an unseasonably cold ride with a hurricane. Like, how do we do this? I mean, we couldn't do this if we tried.
Right. Yeah.
But that ends our video. If you liked it, I hope you'll hit the like button and subscribe if you want to see more. And thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.